Welcome to episode 245 of the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm looking at the NFC playoff picture and my wild card round predictions. The Chicago Bears snuck into the playoffs and took the last seed of the NFC playoff picture, getting the 7th seed. Even though they lost to the Green Bay Packers, the Arizona Cardinals lost to the Los Angeles Rams and fell out of the playoffs. So the Bears took the last spot. Looking at the seedings, we got the Green Bay Packers at the number 1 seed, getting a first-round bye. New Orleans Saints at the number 2 seed. Seattle Seahawks at the number 3 seed. Washington Football Team getting a shady win over the Philadelphia Eagles for the number 4 seed. Then for the wild card seedings, number 5, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 6, Los Angeles Rams. Number 7, like I said, the Chicago Bears. Now, looking at these matchups, wild card predictions, we got for the first matchup, the number 2 seed, New Orleans Saints versus the number 7 seed, Chicago Bears. For this one, I'm going to roll with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Alvin Kamara, his last game was absolutely huge for him, getting 6 touchdowns on Christmas Day in Week 16 of the NFL. Week 17, he's out due to COVID. Assuming he's back for the playoffs, I think this will be an easy win for the Saints. And even if he's out, I still trust Drew Brees a lot more than Mitch Trubisky. I think Mitch Trubisky gets a bad rap. I don't think he's good by any means, but I think he's not the complete dog shit, worthless thing that people treat him as in the NFL. Like I said, I don't think he's stellar by any means, but people think he's just useless. I think he is at least a lesser starting quarterback, or at least deserves a backup job somewhere in the NFL. Some people don't even want him in the league. Mitch Trubisky, I'm not a huge fan, but I don't think he's worthless, like I said. But like I said, if Alvin Kamara is in, I think the Saints win by a big margin. If he's out, I think the Saints still win in a close game. And overall, I could still see the Bears, their defense, making this game competitively and staying in contention throughout most of the game. However, even if it's a close game, let's say 24-17, I still think the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees will control the pace of the game and dominate most of it and get to a second round of the playoffs. I don't see the New Orleans Saints going as far as I did in the beginning of the year due to them losing Michael Thomas, their biggest receiver and their biggest X factor on their offense. I think only having Emmanuel Sanders and Jared Cook as your 2 most reliable guys on offense are 2 stellar players. However, it's not the same as Michael Thomas. Neither of those guys are going to be able to fill his shoes. He's one of the best receivers in the league. So I like the Saints win in this game, but to make a deep playoff run or go to the Super Bowl, I'm not sure the Saints have this. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Seahawks versus Los Angeles Rams. Both of these teams are dealing with injuries. Seattle Seahawks, we saw Jamal Adams had a bad shoulder injury against the San Francisco 49ers in Week 17 of the NFL. If he's out, that's a big issue for the Seattle Seahawks to make a deep playoff run. However, if he's out, I still think they can tear up the Los Angeles Rams. Los Angeles Rams themselves have injuries, like I said. Jared Goff, he broke his thumb. He was out Week 17 of the NFL. Not sure if he'll be in wild card round. If he's in, the Rams do have a decent shot, but if he's out, I don't even think it's going to be a close game. If he's out, I'm not going to say it's not worth watching, but I definitely think it'll be an easy win for the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, playing a backup quarterback. What do you really expect? However, if Jared Goff is in, I do think the Seahawks or the Rams have a better chance, but still, Jared Goff has had a bad back half of the season, so has Russell Wilson as well, but I don't think anyone's really going to bet on Jared Goff over Russell Wilson at this point in time, even with both of them having struggling seasons. And even Jared Goff and Sean McVay, their relationship seems to be a little iffy. I still think they have a great relationship, but it's definitely not 100% like it used to. I think it's deteriorated just a little bit. Still think they're great friends, great teammates. You know, they still work together just fine, but still I don't think it's 100% like it used to be. But Rams do have the best defense in the league with Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Troy Hill, and so on and so forth. Solid offensive core in the receiving core and the backfield, especially with Cam Akers making a big presence for the Rams this year. I like the Rams overall team, the foundation on the team. However, you know, possibly having a backup quarterback, and even if Goff starts not having the greatest quarterback, that's for sure. I do think Goff is just around average. I don't think they'll get a win. I think this is a big game for Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf to finally step back up and put up numbers like they did in the first half of the season, looking like MVP Russ. I think this is a big rebound game for Russ to finally turn it on and turn the Seahawks into a Super Bowl team. I like the Seahawks in this game. Jamal Adams, if he's out, that kind of hurts the Seahawks potential of a deep playoff run, like the Saints losing Michael Thomas. However, I still think they're safe for the wild card round. Hoping the best for Jamal Adams. Then, last match of the wildcard round, we got the Washington football team against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Washington football team has an amazing story and spirit this year. However, they did finish 7-9, but like I said, the story is great between Alex Smith, deserving comeback player of the year, Ron Rivera, deserving coach of the year, Tom Brady, he has a good story himself, leaving the dynasty and joining the new team in Tampa Bay. I'm going to roll with the Buccaneers on this one. Mike Evans had a bad injury to his knee in Week 17 of the NFL. However, I don't think it's so serious that he'll miss a lot of time. Even if he does finish the wild card round, you got to figure the Buccaneers still have Antonio Brown, who's looking like the real Antonio Brown again, Rob Gronkowski, Chris Godwin, Scotty Miller, who Tom Brady loves and is a very underrated receiver in my opinion. And the backfield is amazing with LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette, and Ronald Jones. And then that defense between Shaq Barrett, JPP, Ndamukong Suh. Secondary is a little weak, but I think the Buccaneers' well-rounded defense, more so relying on the pass rush and the amazing offense that's finally clicking together, putting up 40 points in the past 2 games. I think they will be able to go through the Washington football team. I don't say with no problem, but in a similar game like the Bears and Saints. Might be a close game, but I think the Buccaneers will dominate and control the pace of the game like the Saints are going to control the pace of the game with the Bears. Washington football team has a solid team moving forward. Great passing defense in the NFL and great rushing defense as well. I think Chase Young, the rookie, deserves Rookie of the Year in my opinion. He's already pretty much the captain of the defense. Then on the offensive side, like I said, Alex Smith, I think, is a good quarterback for the Washington football team to keep moving forward. And then Antonio Gibson, amazing rookie running back. Terry McLaurin, one of the, I think, the most underrated receiver in the league, even more underrated than Scotty Miller, the most underrated receiver in the league. Terry McLaurin is amazing for the Washington football team on the receiving end. I think they have good foundation moving forward between, like I said, Alex Smith, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, Chase Young being the captain of the defense. I think the Washington football team could definitely win the NFC East the next few years. However, this year I think they'll get stopped in the wildcard round by the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady. I like the Bucs possibly make a deep playoff run. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Any other videos you want to see, 2-minute warning.